The organizers of the China at 75 conference in New York City condemned the Israeli state massacre of the Lebanese people and the assassination of Secretary General Saeed Hassan Nasrallah during a massive bombing attack on the Beirut suburb. And this was the awful news of yesterday. At the same time, we condemn the U.S. government and the Biden administration for its complicity in this war crime and in the ongoing genocidal attacks on the people of Gaza. Specifically, we condemn Washington for supplying arms to the terrorist Israeli state and providing diplomatic cover for Israeli war crimes in the United Nations. Washington is promoting a drive toward war in West Asia, in Ukraine, and in the South China Seas. Our celebration of 75 years of Chinese Revolution must call attention to and mobilize to stop these crimes in West Asia and expand Israeli crimes throughout the region that threaten to blow up those other hotspots in the world. So this is a message from the organizers of today. We next want to hear messages from 3 Palestinian resistance organizations. These messages will be read by Richie Moreno from Bronx Anti-War, Workers' World, and by Lee from Freedom Road Socialist Organization.
Measure, Deputy Secretary General of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, PFLP, said in part that China has proven, through its long history, its steadfast support for the Palestinian cause, through its political and diplomatic stances, and its support for the Palestinian people in international forums. What is required today is a unified Palestinian stance that clearly declares that we are all united behind the goals of our people in achieving freedom, self-determination, the return of refugees, and realizing the dream of a Palestinian state with Al-Quds, Jerusalem, as its capital. It is essential to announce the restoration of Palestinian national unity, uniting our forces and people and the Palestine Liberation Organization as the sole legitimate representative of the Palestinian people through the convening of a unified Palestinian National Council with the participation and representation of all Palestinian forces. Today, our people are not only facing a genocide war, but also the consequences of decades of comprehensive political failure and deficiency, as well as the plight of international bias led by the United States and supported by all governments and tools of the dominant colonial system in this world. Our urgent and pressing demand is not only to end and stop the genocide, but to secure our people's rights to freedom, self-determination, the right of refugees, and the establishment of an independent state with Al-Quds as its capital. Peoples have never achieved their rights through blame, contention, and dispute over descriptions and conflicting wills, rather by uniting around major national goals, deeply understanding the meaning of historical responsibility, and having leadership capable of bearing responsibility and translating popular will. This is our duty today. Is there a stronger and more precious incentive than 40,000 Palestinian martyrs? Being united in the face of this aggression is the only guarantee to achieve our major national goals. Let us use all the strength and sincerity to achieve this goal, knowing that history will not forgive the complacent and our people will not forgive those who fail in their national and humanitarian duties. That this movement is the beginning of the journey towards freedom, independence, the state, and the return of refugees, and let our unity be the strongest weapon to reach the message from the Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine. The Democratic Comrade, the Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine, DFLP, Department of Foreign Affairs, sends its greetings to the participants and hopes the success of the conference on the 75th anniversary of the founding of China, known for defending the cause of the Palestinian people who faced an Israeli colonial and apartheid regime, which commits massacres and crimes against the Palestinian people, which sponsored dialogue between the Palestinian factions to achieve internal unity and consensus on a Palestinian government, with the aim of stopping projects related to the future of the Gaza Strip that do not reflect the ambitions of the Palestinian people. DSLP appreciates your struggle in defending the rights of the Palestinian people stipulated in international legitimacy resolutions, specifically their right to self-determination and ending the Israeli occupation of their land, based on the decision of the International Court of Justice and the establishment of an independent Palestinian state with Jerusalem as its capital and the return of refugees to their homes in accordance with Resolution 194. The Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine, DSLP, points out the necessity of sustaining the relationship between us in order to defend the interests of the people and confront global imperialism